Liberal, Kansas. Liberal is the county seat of Seward County, Kansas, United States. As of the 2010 census, the city population was 20,525. Early settler S.S. Rogers built the first house in what would become Liberal in 1872. Rogers became famous in the region for giving free water to thirsty travelers. Reportedly, Liberal gained its name from the common response to his acts of kindness, "That's very liberal of you." In 1885 Rogers built a general store, and with it came an official U.S. post office. Rogers named the post office Liberal. After the railroad was built close by, a plan for the town site was created in 1888. A year later the population was around 800. Drought caused some farmers to give up and look for more fertile territory. However, when the nearby Indian Territory was opened, more settlers headed to the cheap land that would become Oklahoma. Natural gas was discovered west of town, in what would become part of the massive Panhandle Hugoton gas field, in 1920. Oil was discovered southwest of town in 1951. In 1963 the largest helium plant in the world, National Helium, was opened. Liberal is located at 37°236 and 100°5541 W/37.04333° and 100.92806° W/37.04333, -100.92806 at an elevation of 2,835 feet. Located in southwestern Kansas at the intersection of U.S. Route 83 and U.S. Route 54, Liberal is 140 miles north-northeast of Amarillo, Texas, 202 mi west-southwest of Wichita, and 288 mi southeast of Denver, Colorado. The city lies approximately 10 miles southwest of the Cimarron River in the High Plains region of the Great Plains. According to the United States Census Bureau, the city has a total area of 11.75 square miles, of which 11.61 square miles is land and 0.14 square miles is water. Liberal has a semi-arid steppe climate characterized by hot, dry summers, cool, dry winters, and large diurnal temperature variation year-round. Relative humidity averages 63%. On average, January is the coldest month, July is the hottest month, and June is the wettest month. The monthly daily average temperature ranges from 34.1 degree F in January to 79.3 degree F in July. The high temperature reaches or exceeds 90 degree F an average of 80 days a year and 100 degree F an average of 18 days. The minimum temperature falls to or below 0 degree F on an average 5.3 days a year. The highest temperature recorded in Liberal was 114 degree F as recently as June 10, 1981. The coldest temperature recorded was 19 degree F on January 7, 1912. On average, Liberal receives 20.15 inches of precipitation annually, a majority of which occurs from May to August, and records 58 days of measurable precipitation. Measurable snowfall occurs an average of 8.9 days per year, with 6.1 days receiving at least 1.0 inch. Snow depth of at least 1 inch occurs an average of 9.5 days a year. Typically, the average window for freezing temperatures is October 21 through April 14, and that for temperatures below 0 degree F or 17.8 degrees C from January 5 to January 24. Liberal is located in USDA Plant Hardiness Zone 7. As of the 2010 census, there were 20,525 people, 6,623 households, and 4,838 families residing in the city. The population density was 1,832.6 people per square mile. There were 7,118 housing units at an average density of 641.3 per square mile. The racial makeup of the city was 68.6% white, 3.7% African American, 2.9% Asian, 0.8% American Indian, 0.2% Pacific Islander, 20.6% from other races, and 3.2% from two or more races. Hispanics and Latinos of any race made up 58.7% of the population. There were 6,623 households, of which 42.3% had children under the age of 18 living with them, 52.7% were married couples living together, 7.1% had a male householder with no wife present, 13.2% had a female householder with no husband present, and 27.0% were non-families. 21.7% of all households were made up of individuals, and 7.5% had someone living alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 3.03, and the average family size was 3.54. The median age was 28.4 years. 32.1% of residents were under the age of 18, 12.4% were between the ages of 18 and 24, 27.8% were from 25 to 44, 19.4% were from 45 to 64, and 8.3% were 65 years of age or older. The gender makeup of the city population was 51.4% male and 48.6% female. The median income for a household in the city was $40,247, and the median income for a family was $44,167. Males had a median income of $31,435 versus $25,208 for females. The per capita income for the city was $17,668. About 15.3% of families and 17.8% of the population were below the poverty line, including 23.6% of those under age 18 and 8.2% of those age 65 or over. As of the census of 2000, there were 19,666 people, 6,498 households, and 4,756 families residing in the city. The population density was 1,778.4 people per square mile. There were 7,014 housing units at an average density of 634.3 per square mile. The racial makeup of the city was 63.56% white, 4.21% African American, 0.72% Native American, 3.25% Asian, 0.06% Pacific Islander, 23.93% from other races, and 3.27% from two or more races. 43.30% of the population were Hispanic or Latino of any race. There were 6,498 households, out of which 42.8% had children under the age of 18 living with them, 58.0% were married couples living together, 10.4% had a female householder with no husband present, and 26.8% were non-families. 21.3% of all households were made up of individuals, and 8.1% had someone living alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 2.96 and the average family size was 3.46. In the city, the population was spread out with 31.7% under the age of 18, 12.1% from 18 to 24, 30.5% from 25 to 44, 16.7% from 45 to 64, and 9.1% who were 65 years of age or older. The median age was 29 years. For every 100 females, there were 104.6 males. For every 100 females age 18 and over, there were 103.3 males. The median income for a household in the city was $36,482, and the median income for a family was $41,134. Males had a median income of $29,315 versus $22,017 for females. The per capita income for the city was $15,108. About 14.3% of families and 17.7% of the population were below the poverty line, including 21.8% of those under age 18 and 7.6% of those age 65 or over. Energy and agriculture are the main economic drivers of the area. Natural resources include oil, natural gas, water, gravel, and sand. The beef industry is Liberal's largest source of employment. Hard winter wheat, corn, milo, alfalfa, and cotton are common crops. Trucking is a major industry. Dairies and pork processors are a growing business. As of 2012, 70.2% of the population over the age of 16 was in the labor force. 0.0% was in the armed forces, and 70.2% was in the civilian labor force, with 63.4% being employed and 6.9% unemployed. The composition, by occupation, of the employed civilian labor force was 28.5% in production, transportation, and material moving, 20.0% in natural resources, construction, and maintenance, 19.9% in sales and office occupations, 18.9% in management, business, science, and arts, and 12.6% in service occupations. The three industries employing the largest percentages of the working civilian labor force were manufacturing, educational services, healthcare and social assistance, and retail trade. The cost of living in Liberal is relatively low, compared to a U.S. average of 100. The cost of living index for the city is 80.8. As of 2012, the median home value in the city was $85,600. The median selected monthly owner cost was $961 for housing units with a mortgage and $383 for those without, and the median gross rent was $648. According to Liberal's 2011 Comprehensive Annual Financial Report, the top 10 employers in the city are: Liberal has a commission manager government with a city commission consisting of 5 members elected at large. Elections occur every 2 years in the odd-numbered year, and commissioners serve 2-year or 4-year terms depending on the number of votes they receive. Each year, the commission appoints a member to serve as mayor and another to serve as vice mayor. The city manager heads the city administration. Liberal Public Schools operates 12 public schools in the city. There is also a Christian school in Liberal, Fellowship Baptist School. U.S. Route 83 runs north-south along the east side of the city, intersecting U.S. Route 54, which runs northeast-southwest. In addition, Liberal is the western terminus of U.S. Route 270, which runs concurrently with U.S. 83 south from the city. Liberal Mid-America Regional Airport is immediately west of the city. Publicly owned, it has 2 operative paved runways and is used primarily for general aviation. United Express provides airline service with daily flights to Denver. The Tucumcari line of the Union Pacific Railroad runs parallel to US 54 northeast-southwest through the city. 4 newspapers are published in Liberal. The Leader and Times is the city's main daily newspaper, published 6 days a week. It is the result of the merger between the city's 2 previous dailies, the High Plains Daily Leader and the Southwest Daily Times. The publisher of the Leader and Times also prints a weekly Spanish-language paper, El Líder. Seward County Community College publishes a biweekly student newspaper, The Crusader. The 4th paper is the Liberal Light, published weekly. Liberal is a center of broadcast media for southwest Kansas and the Oklahoma Panhandle. 2 AM and 7 FM radio stations are licensed to and broadcast from the city. Liberal is in the Wichita-Hutchinson, Kansas television market, and 1 television station broadcasts from the city, KSWELD, a sister station of KDGLLD in Sublette, Kansas. On cable, viewers can receive stations from the Wichita/Hutchinson market, PBS Tulsa affiliate, KOED, as well as Amarillo, Texas's CBS affiliate, KFDA-TV. Liberal is famous for its annual Pancake Day race that is held in competition with the town of Olney, United Kingdom, for the fastest time between both cities. Liberal has a water park known as Adventure Bay. The 5th largest collection of civilian and military aircraft in the United States is located at the Mid-America Air Museum. Started with a gift of 50 planes by General Tom Welch, Jr., the museum has more than 100 aircraft. The Coronado Museum has items from the Native Americans that lived in the area, as well as items from Francisco Vázquez de Coronado's expedition to the area in 1541, and the history of farming and ranching in the county in more recent times. Liberal is home to the Land of Ounce exhibit from The Wizard of Ounce, a recreation of Dorothy Gale's house and the famed Yellow Brick Road, featuring donated bricks bearing the names of such luminaries as former U.S. Senator Bob Dole, Ronald and Nancy Reagan, and Liza Minnelli. This exhibit was originally designed and displayed for Topeka in 1981, but relocated here 11 years later by its creator Linda Windler. Liberal Memorial Library is located on North Kansas Avenue between 5th and 6th Streets in Cooper Park. The book front entrance was completed in April 1955 and designed by the building's architect George L. Pitcher. Wheeler Williams, a sculptor from New York, signed an agreement in October 1960 to mold the pioneer mother of Kansas. This 6-foot statue, sponsored by Mr. and Mrs. D.K. Beatty, was to be erected in Cooper Park on Memorial Day, May 30, 1961. It was placed opposite of the Statue of Liberty, which was donated and placed in Cooper Park by the Boy Scouts of America. The Liberal BJs, a semi-professional baseball team, have won 5 national championships and 13 state championships. The BJs have been coached by 3 major league managers and have sent 165 players to the major leagues. Notable individuals who were born in and/or have lived in Liberal include